Hey everyone, it is your Wednesday workout. What's today? The 23rd of March. And for our workout today, we have two 6-minute AMRAPs with a 2-minute rest in between. So 6 minutes of work, 2 minutes of rest, another 6 minutes of work. And for standard workout, it's going to be 10 banded pull-ups and 20 barbell thrusters. If you are doing anything differently with dumbbells, you're going to be doing 20 Renegade Rows and 25 dumbbell thrusters. So again, a 6-minute AMRAP, and if you're doing banded pull-ups, it'll be 10. If you're doing Renegade Rows, it'll be 20. And if you're doing barbell thrusters, it'll be 20. If you're doing dumbbell thrusters, it'll be 25. I will go over the movements after our warm-up, but that's what to expect. So 6 minutes, 2 minutes of rest, 6 minutes of work. The goal is to maintain that speed or even get faster after you've figured out your pace in that first part. So let's get started. For our warm-up, I'm going to have us doing 30 seconds of movement so that there aren't any people trying to catch up with my speed for warm-up. I know sometimes I go a little bit fast, sometimes I might be a little bit slower than you. So we're gonna have about 30 seconds per movement. If you feel like you've done a lot of that movement and you wanna move on, by all means move on, as long as your body is starting to get warm in those movements. So I'm gonna start us off with some jumping jacks, and I'm going to put the timer on. We got 30 seconds of jumping jacks. Take it nice and slow. You're just starting to warm your body up. This should be about 20 jumping jacks, or so I hope. Oh, we're just warming our bodies up. The next movement in about 10 seconds is going to be air squats. Okay, let's slow it down for some air squats. Take that time to warm yourself up. Get a pause at the bottom if you need. Squeeze your butt at the top. After your air squats, we're gonna go for some bootstraps. I'll probably change the angle. Let's move into some bootstraps. So grab your feet, pull yourself down, drive back up. Get a stretch in your hamstrings. Get a stretch in your groin. We're going back to jumping jacks after this. Back to some jumping jacks. We're going to Samsons after this. Okay, slowing it down for some Samsons. Reach up and back, get a stretch in that hip flexor. I'm just gonna stay here and switch. Stretch your hip, reach up and back. Get a subtle stretch there. Don't need to push it. We'll switch over to Spiderman in about 3 seconds. Big step to your foot or hand, and then turn towards that knee. Again, we're doing very subtle stretching here, trying to warm up our bodies. Doesn't have to be super fast. And get yourself even. We're going back to jumping jacks. After this, we're going to scorpions. Let's lay down onto the ground. Arms in a T. Ow. I just shocked myself. Arms in a T. Reach for a chest stretch. Reach to the other side. Stretch it out, stretch it out. After this, we got inchworms. No push-up. Walk yourself out to plank. Hold it there for a bit. Walk yourself back in. We're gonna repeat this one more time. Once we finish up our inchworms. Let's go back to our jumping jacks. Then we're going to air squats after. I know I chop off my head at the top, but you all know what I look like. I'm gonna warm up our legs for some thrusters. I'm getting toasty. I hope you are too. We got bootstraps after this. And then we're going back to jumping jacks. Jumping jacks. Samsons. I'll step out of this one. And then after Spiderman, we're going back to our jumping jacks. Even yourself out. And then let's go back to jumping jacks. in there. We're gonna end with inchworms. This time, add a push-up in there. Walk yourself up, add a push-up, and then walk yourself back in. Should be the end of this first part of our warm-up. Grab yourself a single dumbbell and we'll do our dumbbell warm-up. For our dumbbell portion of the warm-up, we're gonna start with 5 dumbbell deadlifts. Stand and squeeze your butt. We're gonna need to make sure your butt is awake for some thrusters later. After that, let's go to some strict presses. And then we're gonna go to some halos. When I say some, I mean 5. 5 each side. And then let's switch over to some bent over rows. So that deadlift position, and then row. And then widen out the legs for some swings. Right up to eye level. Squeeze your butt. Switch to the other side. Big squeeze of the butt so we don't feel anything in our back. And then end with 5 goblet squats. And with that, we should be ready to start setting up for our workout. Okay, so let's talk about dumbbell stuff first. If you're doing your Renegade Rows, you're gonna make sure that you stay in your plank. So no push up here, but just stay in the plank. You're gonna shift your weight just slightly so that you're able to row. And when you row, I don't want you turning all the way to row. Try your best to keep your hips square to the ground, so shift and then row. Push one hand down as you're rowing the other side without turning your body. So shift your weight and then row. And then go the other side, shift your weight and then row. When you're rowing, let's go sideways. When you're rowing, you're pulling to right about your hip bone. So you'll be in plank and you're going to row to hip bone. Switch to the other side. Row to hip bone. You're gonna be doing 20 of those. And then for those with dumbbells doing thrusters, I think they'll be on the lighter side usually. We're going to do 25 dumbbell thrusters. So let me move us up a little bit so that you can see the dumbbell thrusters. Dumbbells are gonna be on shoulders. Go full squat, up overhead. Up onto shoulders, full squat, big drive through the legs, press up overhead. Squat, big press overhead. So get yourself warmed up do an even number of Renegade Rows. If you want a number, do about 4 to 6. I think 6 would be good. And then do about 3 to 4 thrusters. Get yourself prepped with these 2 movements. I'm gonna be on a band today for my strict pull-ups. I don't have a thinner band, and I do have strict pull-ups, so I wanna be able to challenge myself. So I'll probably do half strict, no band, and then half with a band, just so that I can keep moving. I think that's all I gotta say. Try not to come hot out of the gate, as normal. On the Renegade Rows, make sure you keep your belly tight, because don't want you to start to feel it in your back. Also, thrusters, drive those heels down. Make sure when you're reaching up overhead, you're not overextending so that you start to feel it in your low back. We want to keep that belly tight, keep your abs sucked in, okay? I think that's all I gotta say. You can pause the video, get yourself ready, and then we'll get going. Okay, are we ready? I got a 5-second countdown for you. It starts with either your Renegade Rows or your pull-ups. Again, I'm doing half strict, half banded, or at least that's the hope. We'll see how my shoulders and my arms do, and my back. Okay, 5 seconds here. 2:30 left. Under 2 minutes. About a minute. We had 2 minute rest, and we're starting again from the top after these 2 minutes. Take your time, maybe grab a little bit of water, not that much. Slow down that breath, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Slow down that heart rate. We're gonna get going in a bit. Repeat that. Try to get better than you did, or match it. I got 2 + 9, so I'm gonna try to go a little bit faster on the thrusters. I think I can do that. I felt a little bit slow on that first round. So things you're thinking about in terms of where you can move a little bit faster, where you can move a little bit more efficiently. I know for myself, it's the thrusters. The pull-ups are strength portion, so that's just what it is. I know that now that we've done 6 minutes of work, my pull-ups might be hard to come by, but we'll see. Maybe I'll make up for it in thrusters. Know that you only have 6 more minutes of work, and then we have a strength portion, and then you're done for the day. So yeah, that's it. We got 20 seconds. Here we go, here we go. What's that, less than 10? We're going 3, 2, 1, go. Minutes. Here we go. Oh yeah, 220. Come on, come on. Minute 30. Let's go. Come on, come on. Oh, man. Oh. Well, as I predicted, my arms almost came out, but broke down the movement into smaller reps. ones. Did a terrible thruster at the end. Just make sure that when you are trying to get to your last few reps, take care of your form first. I know that I'm not the best example of that right now, but do meet yourself where you are. What else do I have to say? Not much. I had a really good workout. I hope you did too. Thanks for following. That's it. Let's get on to the strength. I hope you had a good MetCon. We are ready for the strength portion of today, and I'm in my living room, so you get to see different parts of my life. So today is going to be 3 to 4 rounds of, what do we have? We have 8 close push-ups, 8 wide push-ups, then 8 banded flies, and then 8 banded rows. So I will talk through it as we get started. Your close push-ups are meant to target a little bit more of your triceps. So think more yoga push-ups today. So keeping your elbows lined up with your rib cage as we go down into our close push-ups. So think about keeping those elbows turned in. So right now my elbow is here, it's facing outward. I want to keep my elbow turned in towards my body. So we're going to go into our 8 push-ups, thinking chest to deck as you push up. 3, 4, 1. If you need to go onto your knees, same thing, but just keep your hips down so that you're not here, you're not pushing up this way. I still want to track my elbows by my rib cage, bringing my chest down and then pushing up. So that's going to be your close push-ups. After that are wide push-ups. This one should target your chest a little bit more. We're going to go wider. So shoulder distance, and then we're going to go out of your shoulders. And we're going to be here. Your elbows are going to go at about a 45, a little bit wider now. And same thing, chest to deck. If you want to go off of your knees, go off of your knees. If you want to be able to go off of your feet, try that. But the goal is to stay as one flat body as you bring yourself down to the ground. Go a little wider than standard to get a little bit more of chest. So we have our close push-ups, our wide push-ups. We're gonna add in some back work as well. Grab your band. I'm gonna start with a light band, and we're going to be doing some banded flies. So remember, shoulders stay away from ears. We want to keep them down as we open and close. Control that close, open and close. We're doing 8 of these. Hold the breath as you open and let the breath out as you close. And we want to make sure we don't stress our neck muscles. So when you're going through the movement, try not to shrug. Keep your shoulders away from the ears. We're going to go into our banded rows. So you're going to loop the band underneath your feet. And from here, we're going to be rowing. We're going to pull our elbows past our rib cage, making sure we're not shrugging into it. We want to pull our hand right underneath, if you're wearing a sports bra, right underneath that sports bra line. So on your row, we're going to row both hands behind us, giving me a nice big chest, and then returning. You want to squeeze your back. And same thing, making sure we relax those traps. So that's my round one. You You can go faster if you want. I'm gonna move at my pace with some rest. And I think I'll do 4 rounds today. If you have the time, hit 4 rounds. If you don't have the time, you can skip strength altogether. You can go 2 rounds, you can go 3 rounds. 3 to 4 rounds is what I always recommend. So start with our close push-ups. Remember, elbows stay in. Sorry for the lack of music. I hope you have your own music to do all of this too. If you have multiple bands, feel free to switch them up as you see fit. I'm gonna go for a heavier band now, just to see what I got. Should feel a little bit on the delts, right by your shoulders, your posterior delts. You might feel a little bit in tricep. You might feel a little bit in chest. Mainly you'll feel everything here. Everything should be warm. Going into banded rows. Two rounds done. 2 more rounds. Don't have the distance for this. Right here. Ow. Wider push-ups. If you can, try to get all 8 before taking a break. But if you are working on a more difficult movement and you need to take a break, by all means, take that break. But really do try to push it to that outer limit, because that's how we do get better. If you continuously stop at where you're quote unquote comfortable, it'll take a lot longer to get better. And you'll never know quite what you can push to. So try to push it a little bit. That was my distraction to take a break. But also still trying to give you a little bit of motivation to push outside your comfort zone. You'll feel a little bit of chest there, a little bit of lat as well. One more round. One more round for me. Let's do it. So the distance I've been having my arms is a little wider than normally. Normally, I do my push-ups from right outside the shoulders. So the close push-ups were like almost underneath. Wider push-ups go a little bit wider than normal. So we can use our chest, our triceps, get a little bit of pump in both. Okay, so that's our 4 rounds of strength. I hope you enjoyed the MetCon today. I hope you enjoyed the strength portion today. That's all I have for you. Bye.